What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This here is Legitical Response. We cover political news. We keep you up to date, keep you informed, and keep you on top of exactly what the government's doing, because that's what we do around here. We read the news, and we give our opinion on it. So if you're interested in that, smash that subscribe button for me and turn on your notifications. It helps. Trust me. And if you also could, before we get started, look right below the video and smash that like button. That also helps. That helps a whole hell of a lot. Now, I've been seeing a whole lot of back and forth about migration, right? The left is talking about the broken migration system that we have, which we can have a debate over that. Is it broken or is it just slow moving for a reason? I personally think that it's a little bit of both. You know what I mean? We have an outdated system. They haven't really updated it in a long time, and it could use some revisions, if you know what I mean. They could move the process along a whole hell of a lot faster too. You know, like right now, the waiting time is years. It takes a long time to become a citizen. But there's people that try to go around that system, and the Biden administration is just aiding and abetting human smuggling right now. Yeah, that's what they're doing. I've said it before. I'll say it again, because that's what's happening. They're just allowing these people to pour in. They don't stop them. They don't turn them away. And, you know, you hear from the Biden administration, well, they didn't want to pass this border bill that we passed that was attached to Ukraine aid, which I've got into that at length as well. That's none of our business to be funding a foreign war. I don't believe it is. But, you know, they're trying to say, Republicans don't want this. No. That's just the media lying to everybody. The media loves to lie. Joe Biden has been in politics for, over 50 years. So he's very good at lying. Well, not anymore. He's not very good at anything anymore, to be honest with you. But let's get into the news right quick. Because, we're talking about the border again, folks. Check this out. DeSantis deploys additional Florida National Guard troops to southern border. Here we go. Got more troops on the way. Because why? The federal government isn't doing anything about it. You got Joe Biden over here saying, I can't do anything about it. The dude's sitting on top of the executive branch. He's the president of the United States of America, the leader of the free world. Can't do anything to curb illegal migration on the southern border. Of course, when you ask him about it, all he says is migration. Well, no, that's not what the problem is, Joe. The problem is the illegals that come across. Criminal aliens, if you want to use the legal term, because that's the legal term that they use. Criminal aliens, people that just come across the border in between ports of entry. There's many ports of entry. If a person truly wants to come over here and for a better life and become a citizen and integrate into the culture, they do it the proper way. I know several people that are migrants that have become citizens, were from somewhere else. You know, I talked about that story on a video a couple of weeks ago. My Canadian friend that moved over here, got his visa, started a business, and now he has a $1 million a year company, roofing company and construction company that he started from cutting grass, folks. He worked at Lowe's and got fired because all he had was a visa. He wasn't a citizen yet at the time. And he said, screw that. He started cutting grass, and that slowly progressed him into construction, which is what he done when he lived up in Canada. He was a carpenter. And he started his business, and he's doing really well at this point. That's neither here nor there. Let's get into the story. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced Friday that he would deploy an additional round of Florida National Guard troops to Texas in an effort to bolster security on the southern border. DeSantis said in his announcement that the next deployment would consist of 50 National Guardsmen and 76 Florida Highway Patrol troopers. This is part of a years-long effort for us to help do what the federal government has refused to do, which is actually defend this country's borders, DeSantis said Friday, standing in front of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement building. You've seen the numbers that have been astronomical over these past 3 years, DeSantis continued. I know that what has been happening in Texas has been effective. you've seen the numbers go down. And that's really because you have Texas putting forth a huge effort and then all these other states coming by to help. So we want to be part of that. We think this is an American issue. Earlier this week, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem announced she was deploying 60 soldiers to the U.S.-Mexico border, joining a growing list of Republican leaders backing Texas Governor Greg Abbott's Operation Lone Star agenda and standoff with the federal government over the influx of migrants at the border. See, they say influx of migrants. The mainstream narrative machine refuses to call them illegal migrants or criminal aliens, which is what they actually are. I know that's kind of a dehumanizing term, right? Criminal aliens. But that's the legal terminology that is used, like I said earlier. But technically, they're illegal migrants. That's what they are. They came over here illegally. Yeah, and this whole issue with that bill that was supposed to pass, we know it's bullshit, right? That thing codified illegal migration. So there's no wonder why Republicans didn't want to pass that. Of course they're not going to pass that. You're making it legal, so that would mean anybody could just come into this country, no matter what, just come on in and do whatever. There's no way to know who these people are. There's no way to keep track of them. They just come on in, so now these people aren't paying taxes, but yeah, they have a say in who gets elected. Nah, I can't agree with that as much as I like migrants, right? Because I do. I don't mind migrants. Come on. Do it the legal way, though. Jesus. And I don't understand why the federal government will not do its job, refuses to do its job, with Joe Biden over here saying, oh, I can't do anything. It's so aggravating, man. Abbott has appeared to defy a Supreme Court order that granted the Biden administration authority to remove razor wire barriers near the Rio Grande by continuing to add wire. The Texas governor justified his decision to ignore the court's ruling by claiming that his authority to address the invasion on the border of his state supersedes federal law, which that's another thing they misconstrue all the time. If you go look into the reading, it gives the federal government the authority to remove the razor wire. It doesn't say anything that Texas cannot just put more razor wire back. Of course, then the federal government can just come right behind them and remove it again, but you get the point of what's going on here. They're trying to lie and say that court ruling said that they can't put razor wire down. It didn't actually say that. During the Friday address, DeSantis also touched on the rise of what he claimed were Chinese nationals coming into the country via the southern border, which that's not a claim. That's the truth. You got a massive number of Chinese coming across the border, DeSantis said. This is incredible that we be allowing people from all over the world who we have no idea who they are, that they're just being able to pour into this country. This is not the first time DeSantis has sent troops to the border. In early February, he announced he would offer up 1,000 National Guardsmen to Texas. The Biden border crisis has made every state a border state, requiring the states to step up and defend our territorial sovereignty, DeSantis said in Friday's announcement. I want to extend my sincerest thanks to every law enforcement officer, National Guardsman, and member of the State Guard who is serving in Texas. And yes, this is a good thing. Standing up to the Biden administration. Look, it comes time when your government won't do its damn job. You have to do something yourself. They had a damn trucker convoy go down to Texas to try to help. It's like, wow, you're getting regular old citizens out there saying, look, they're not doing nothing about it. We've got to slow these people down because all the Biden administration is doing is letting them come in and then they're helping them. They're busing them all over the place to sanctuary cities who are then putting these people up in hotels, giving them debit cards with thousands of dollars on it, while you've got people in this country, veterans and homeless people that are suffering daily that could use this help. Why not help these people, right? The Democrats are supposed to be for the little guy, the blue-collar worker, right? But they could care less about their own people because the United States is racist and terrible for some reason. These people seem to hate this country and want to defy everything that we stand for. And that's why I always say it's time for us to stand up and fight. Make your voice heard. Of course, peacefully. I don't condone any violence. That's why I'm against war so adamantly. That's the whole reason I'm so adamantly against sending aid to Ukraine. Sure, I feel bad for Zelensky and all them over there. You know, they're trying to defend off Russia. But, you know, we had a hand in pushing Putin to do what he did, not justifying what he did. Because if it was up to me, you know, I would pull out everything that we're doing over there. Anything that we have in Ukraine, I'm pulling it out. Getting everything out of there. Saying we don't have no involvement whatsoever. I would send Putin a warning saying, look, I'm going to pull out of here. I won't bother you in Ukraine if you don't bother Ukrainians. Make some sort of a deal, right? But that's a whole nother issue for a whole nother video. But let me know what you think about Ron DeSantis sending Florida National Guard to Texas to help out. I mean, we've got, I forget how many states it is now, has sent National Guard to Texas to help out with that situation. So let me know what you think about that. Is it wrong for them to do that? Or is this the right move in helping defend our own borders, which the federal government seems more willing to help other countries defend their borders, but won't lift a damn finger to defend ours? Let me know what you think. That's all I got. And thanks for watching, everybody. Y'all try to have a good one and be positive. Peace.